And the first fight kicking off the card here, we got Lina Lansberg versus Karol Rosa. And I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this matchup because I do think it's a bit of a squash match. We got Lina Lansberg, who's coming back after a pretty significant layoff. And she's coming off 2 losses in a row. She hasn't won in almost 3 years. She is 40 years old, so that's another pretty alarming thing that you look at. But Lina Lansberg, she's been in the UFC for a long time now. And everyone kind of knows what type of style she likes to use. She likes to, at range, she's pretty slow, but she'll be tricky. And when she lands, she'll land counter elbows or counter punches that are heavy. So she has some power, but she doesn't throw a lot of volume, and she's very slow at range. So girls can just beat her up and out volume her most of the time. That's why Lina Lansberg loves to get that clinch. She really likes to get close to you against the cage, hold you there, work her short elbows, try to cut you open, and just grind you out there. And in her last couple wins, if you look at her win over Tanya Evinger, win over Macy Chiasson, which was a big upset win, she got those wins through her offensive wrestling, through being able to out-wrestle those girls, get on top, and control the position. And Karol Rosa, she is coming off of a loss to a wrestler in Sarah McMahon where she got taken down and controlled. And that was a fight where if Karol Rosa would have won that fight, she would have been pretty close to a title shot, and that was a big setback for her with that loss to McMahon. So now she's getting an unranked girl, and they're trying to kind of see where they are with Karol Rosa. If she loses to a girl like Lina Lansberg, then maybe they were totally wrong about her prospects, and she's never going to be someone that's a threat for the title or anything. But if she can come out here and get a dominant win, she could reposition herself as one of the upper echelon newer girls at 135 pounds. And Karol Rosa, she is a pressure fighter with good leg kicks, decent boxing. She throws a ton of volume out there, very durable. She has power. And I also feel like Karol Rosa has decent grappling skills. I've seen her out-grapple certain girls. She has questionable jiu-jitsu, but I feel like she has better jiu-jitsu than Lina Lansberg. She is a black belt, and she also has pretty good strength against the cage, good grappling. Her wrestling is a little questionable. She got exposed to wrestling in her last fight, but I don't think anyone would confuse Lina Lansberg for an Olympic silver medalist like Sarah McMahon. So ultimately, I just feel like Karol Rosa is going to run away with this fight. I don't think she's going to finish Lina Lansberg. Lina Lansberg has been finished a couple times on the ground by girls like Aspen Ladd, Chris Cyborg, but Lina Lansberg notoriously has been pretty tough, pretty durable. I feel like a majority of this fight is going to play out on the feet, and then maybe if Lina Lansberg tries to clinch, Rosa will get a couple surprise takedowns, but I don't think that wrestling will be a big part of Rosa's game plan. I think that Lina Lansberg is going to be the one that try to make it more of a grappling match. So ultimately, I think it's just going to be Karol Rosa landing more volume at range and kind of beating up Lina Lansberg with her superior speed and combinations. And just her being 27, she's 13 years younger than Lina Lansberg. That's extremely significant in my opinion. And I just feel like Karol Rosa, she still has more to offer in the UFC. If she loses this fight to Lina Lansberg, that would be a really bad loss, pivotal loss in her career trajectory. And I think that she knows that she's going to be fighting and competing at her full capabilities here. And I say she gets the win.